Hello everybody, it's me, the Invertebrarian, whether you recognise me or not. Sorry about the croaky voice, I'm feeling a bit croaky, but anyway, roll the intro so we can get on with this video. We have some jolly good news. Okie dokie, so before we get into the good news, a couple of wee things. First of all, I rehoused one of my Scorpius Italicuses. It was in this container, and this container is not the same size as those containers that you can see, and it was really starting to annoy me. So I have rehoused it into one of these containers, which is absolutely ridiculously huge for my adult female Scorpius, but that is now her home. Enjoy. And the only other thing that's annoying me is some of them have the holes along the bottom, some are along the top, because I was foolish putting them up there. I need to fix it. Ooh, I need to fix it indeed. And to think, I've had her since 2016. It's now 2022. And she was fully grown when she arrived. So, I want jolly good longevity of a little tiny Scorpius Italicus. Yes, awesome. Anyway, I've got a couple of rehousings to do. So, Mr. Trip, you'll see, has developed fungal spores inside its enclosure, but wanting to reuse these vials because it's got the names on them. And Mr. Genital has also had a bit of a mouldy outbreak in there. Others are fine. So what I'm going to do is I need to get these spiders out, put fresh substrate in, pop the spiders back in. So that is what we're going to do then. And then we'll get on to the absolutely amazingly brilliant good news. Let's do this first. Spare vial. Do Mr. Genital first. Pardon me. So obviously the first thing we need to do is try and get him out of there and get that dirty substrate out. So let's just get rid of that bad stuff. I think he's still quite small. He's got a burrow, but I think that's just there. So let me just concentrate on getting the old stuff out. Yeah, I can see a bum. There's a bum down in that other corner. Yeah. Let's get you into your little holding tub for just now. So here's tiny little genitalia. So if we can zoom and focus. Hey, tiny little Mr. Genitals. You can actually already see slight markings on the legs of Mr. Genitals. Mr. Schwesticles. Schwesticles testicles. There you go. Some fresh dirt is in there, along with a free cat hair, I think that is. There we go. So we shall put Mr. Ball Bag back into here. Let's go Mr. B. There we go. So that's Mr. Genitals, Mr. Ball Bag, Mr. Happy Sack back in there. I think I'll pop a few more holes through the lid. That's one down. And that just leaves Mr. Trip. So we're just going to do the same again. Get out the bad old stuff. Doink, doink. Again, tunnel goes right down there. You can see the buildup of mould spores around the tunnel. Again, I think I just need to pop a few more holes into the lid. It's just a buildup of humidity. Got a bit too damp. Moisture's had nowhere to evaporate to, and so it's just built up these mould spores. It's not the end of the world. It's not great, but it's not the end of the world. I think you can just see a tiny little bum just in this bottom corner here. So pop that down. Dispose of all this old stuff, and pop some new stuff in. There we go, new stuff in for Mr. Trip. And then we'll pop Mr. Trip back in. Nice and easy. Job's a good one. Sweet tappy tappy tap. Just tap it in. Tappy tappy tap tap. Send it home and tap it in. There we go. Mr. Trip. Getting quite dark on the abdomen there. Quite plump on the abdomen there, you little fatty. But yeah, two done. Mr. Trip. And genital. Don't trip on the genitals. Trip on the genitals. Right. Now I find my paintbrush. Much use you are. I'm just going to use this little nail and pop a gajillion more air holes into here. Because I couldn't find my drawing pin that I normally use. You can see I'm very well organised. Lots of airflow. And hopefully that will prevent any more build-up of mould, along with obviously just watching how much droplets of water I put in there. But there we go. Done. And so they could go back up onto there with the other slingy pots. I'll tidy that up afterwards. But yes, done. Now on to the blooming good news. This is the bit I've been waiting for. Oh, it's so exciting. I'm so happy. I am so happy. Over the moon is an understatement. So if some of you watched the live where I was opening a couple of boxes, one of them was from the Spider Shop. Within that box was the Fifus SP Rehousing back, or however you pronounce it. We'll pop some imagery up here taken from the Spider Shop. Of course, don't forget there is a link for mine. If you use that link and purchase through the Spider Shop, I earn a small amount of royalties, which will go towards royalties percentage. You know what I mean? I will earn a tiny little bit off the sale, and that will go towards helping maintain the channel and the collection. But anyway, the link is in the blurb. Anyway. The unboxing took place live, and the trapdoor spider was not well. Anybody that watched it will know it did not look like a positive outcome. We were lucky if we had a leg twitching. It was really not looking very well at all. Anyway, I put in a wee tub, sat aside, and messaged Lee to say this is not looking promising. This spider's kind of probably not going to see the morning. And Lee was absolutely fantastic about it. He got a replacement sent out. Absolutely amazing. Thank you ever so much. But the whole time I didn't give up on the other one. I kept checking on it, and as long as there was some vague sign of life, I was prepared to keep trying to keep it alive. So using my little drippy dropper, I was able to drippy droppy tiny little bits of water under the fangs, the mouth parts of the spider, and would mush up little fruit flies and bits of mealworms and other such like cricket legs, that kind of thing, and place them under the mouth parts, slightly mushed, squeezed, and basically just, it was a case of, as I say, as long as there was some sign of movement, some sign of life, I continued to work away with the spider. Anyway, I'm going to show you a bit of footage just now from the original spider, not the replacement. To say I am beyond happy is beyond comprehension. Just down there, hello, say hello, look at all those little wiggly legs. Now bear in mind this thing was practically as good as goosed when it arrived. What a survivor, what an absolute champ. I have messaged Lee from the Spider Shop, and I have paid him for the replacement he sent out, because honestly I was not going to take another one for free. I felt that the right thing to do would be to message Lee, explain that I had managed to get this one back alive and kicking, back to strength, and offered to pay for the replacement that was sent out, and Lee said that would be absolutely amazing. So I've paid for them both now. They're both my spiders. I don't need to feel guilty about getting a freebie for nothing, so to speak. Oh wow, that was like a live mealworm. Well, slightly crushed mealworm, but it took it itself, and it was a full mealworm as well. It wasn't even like a cut up bit. Basically, the night before I checked on it, it was looking alright. It was, still looked quite weak. But the next day I got in from work, and it climbed up, and it was sitting up on top of this bit of bark, and it was looking quite lively, and I thought, I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to see what happens if I offer it something to eat. And you saw the results. You saw the results there yourself. Absolutely over the moon. So this one here is down there. You can just kind of see it, just curved in there. That's the replacement one, and that's the original one. The original one went into here. Obviously, it didn't look great, so I thought it would maybe be it would be easier to try and keep an eye on in a smaller vial. So I got moved into a smaller vial, and it seems to have worked blue and well. So the originals in here, new ones in here, both are doing absolutely fantastic. I am over the moon. Yes! One final tiny little bit of awesomeness is we have added a Bumba Cabocla to the collection. It's just down there. Because who could not want a spider called Bumba Cabocla? There it is. Wee man finds Bumba Cabocla hilariously funny. Bumba Cabocla, Bumba Cabocla, Bumba Cabocla, Bumba. So that's pretty much all we're going to discuss in this video. We're at the end. Thank you ever so much to everybody that watches the videos. Please do subscribe to the channel. Hit a bit of a slow point, so it'd be good to get some new movement on the channel. It would be absolutely awesome. Yeah, so thank you to everyone. You're all absolutely awesome. I'm squishing him with the little drippy droppy dropper. Drip. Yeah, subscribe to the channel. Thanks to everybody. You're all amazing. And we will see you in the next one. Be good, be kind, take care of yourselves, and check out the Conley project because it's really bloody important. Anyway, thank you so much. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.